So last time derive this equation 1. I will repeat this part. Consider UCM, uniform circular motion in xy plane. It is a two-dimensional motion. So the particle is performing circular motion along the circumference of a circle having center at O and radius equal to R. This center of the circle also coincides with the origin of the Cartesian coordinate system x, o, y. So O is the origin as well as O is the center of the circle. Now at time t is equal to 0, the particle performing uniform circular motion starts from A on x-axis. In time t second, the particle moves from A to B. The particle is performing uniform circular motion in anticlockwise direction with constant angular velocity omega. Why omega is constant? Because motion is UCM. So we know the definition of UCM. The motion of a body object along the circumference of the circle with constant speed. Both speed, linear speed v as well as angular speed omega. So now we know this relation, v is equal to r omega. So if omega is constant, radius of the circle is constant for a given circle, therefore v is constant. V is constant, then omega is constant. Omega is constant, then v is constant. So both the speed, angular speed as well as linear speed are constant. So for UCM, omega angular velocity as well as v, that is magnitude of linear velocity, remains constant, and this omega is given by theta by t. Therefore theta angular displacement in time t second is equal to, this is equation E. Now this P is a position after time t is equal to t second. So P point has coordinate xy. So if we draw perpendicular from P on x-axis, then Pm is equal to this. So OM is equal to x, ON is equal to y. This is x, this is also x. This is y, this is also y. So x and y are the Cartesian coordinate of the point P, and r theta are the polar coordinate. So we know the relation between them. X is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. So any vector r is given by unit vector I times x component plus unit vector j times y component plus unit vector k times z component. In this case, circular motion is a two-dimensional motion in xy plane. Therefore, there is no z component. So x is given by I r cos of theta plus j times r sin theta, and this theta is substituted as the omega t using equation A, and therefore we get this equation. तर हा इथपर्यंतचा पार्ट आपण लास्ट लेक्चरला बघितला, तो फक्त मी रिवाइज केला. नाउ बाय नोइंग r means position vector at time t is equal to t second, we can find v by this relation. By differentiating r with respect to time t, we can find the linear velocity v. So linear velocity v is obtained by differentiating equation 1 with respect to time t dr by dt. तर इथे आता डिफरन्शियल कॅल्क्युलसचे रूल आपल्याला यूज करायचे. तर ते 11thला मॅथमध्ये आता तुमचे झाले असेल, फिजिक्समध्ये पण ते सेकंड चॅप्टरमध्ये होते. आपण ते काही घेतलेले काही घेतलेले नाही आहे, पण ते आपण परत आता बघणार आहोत. सो नाउ वी हॅव टू फाइंड v by this process. So we know r. Now what is the property of the equation 1? r is a function of time t only, because ij are the unit vector, their magnitude is constant, their direction is constant. So I and j are constant. R is the radius of the circle is constant. Omega is constant because UCM. So only t is variable. T is an independent variable. So last time we have seen that as the independent variable time t increases, time नेहमी फक्त इनकेज होऊ शकतो, डिक्रीज नसतो, तो निगेटिव्ह कधी नसतो. As time increases, the particle will change its position from P to P dash. So P has coordinate xy, P dash has coordinate x minus dx and y coordinate y plus dy. म्हणजे x coordinate कमी होईल, y coordinate वाढेल. So there is a change in both coordinates, x coordinate as well as y coordinate as the time changes. Therefore, r changes in direction, no change in magnitude. Radius vector की magnitude तीच रहेगी, OP is equal to OP dash is equal to r, but direction changes like this. So, r changes with function, r changes with time only. Therefore, in the language of mathematics, it is called as r is a function of time t only, and therefore we can differentiate equation 1 with respect to time t. It will give v. Now dr by dt gives v. Why? That we will see afterward. So, what to complete this mathematical part? So v is equal to dr by dt is equal to d dt of unit vector I times r cos omega t plus unit vector j times r sin omega t, like this. So this is equal to, now in 11th second chapter mathematical method, there are two part of this calculus. One is a differential calculus and other is a integral calculus. So what is the rule of differential calculus? So this is say a plus b. So d by dt of a plus b is equal to, that means the derivative of the sum is equal to sum of the derivative. जे पहिल्या टर्मचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह सेपरेट घ्यायचा, सेकंड टर्मचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह सेपरेट घ्यायचा. सो द फर्स्ट रूल इज दिस, डेरिव्हेटिव्ह ऑफ द सम इज इक्वल टू सम ऑफ द डेरिव्हेटिव्ह. d dt of first term, d dt of second term. So first term is r cos of omega t. Second term is g r sin of omega t. Now I is a unit vector constant independent of time t. No change in magnitude, no change in direction of I with respect to time t. Radius of the circle is constant. So only you have to differentiate d dt of cos of omega t. Second term मध्ये पण तेच होईल. J is constant independent of time t, R is constant independent of time t, and we have to take the derivative of sin of omega t, like this. हा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह आता आपल्याला डॉट 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 डॉट. हे डेरिव्हेटिव्ह इकडे मी सेपरेट कॅल्क्युलेट करून दाखवतो. तर डेरिव्हेटिव्हसाठी आपल्याला हे काही स्टँडर्ड रूल्स फॉर्म्युली आपल्याला यूज करायची. लॉग टेबलमध्ये पण दिलेली शेवटच्या पेजमध्ये. On this last page of the log table, there are 4 columns. We have used this column. So first 2 columns are for derivative. Last 2 columns are for integral calculus. So why do you use only derivative? तर इथे आपल्याला sin थीटाचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह दिलेला आहे, cos of theta. So what is the meaning of that? So first want to find this value. So we will find the d dt of cos of omega t like this. Is equal to question mark. But to find this, so this omega t is equal to theta. Therefore, this is equal to d dt of cos of theta is equal to. Now, this d by dt is also written like this. डी बाय डी टी फक्त मी अरेंज केला, मल्टिप्लाय बाय डी थीटा डिवाइड बाय डी थीटा. नाउ दिस वैल्यू डी थीटा इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा टी अपॉन डी टी, फर्स्ट पार्ट, एंड डी बाय डी थीटा ऑफ कॉस ऑफ थीटा. तर याचा आन्सर डेरिव्हेटिव्हच्या स्टँडर्ड टेबलमध्ये दिलेलं असेल. So cos of theta is given here. You can use your log table. Cos theta has derivative minus sin theta. So this second term has answer, derivative of answer is minus sin theta. And now this side, omega is constant independent of time t. Why? Because motion is UCM. So omega is constant into derivative of dt with respect to time dt. So dt upon dt is equal to 1. So omega derivative of the first term and minus sin theta derivative of the second term. Again this theta is replaced by omega t. This, and therefore the complete answer is equal to minus omega sin of omega t. So the derivative of cos of omega t is equal to minus omega sin of omega t. Similarly, we can find the value of d dt of sin of omega t. So again same method, d by dt multiplied by d theta divided by d theta into sin of theta. This omega t is replaced by theta. So again this theta is equal to omega t. d dt of omega t into d by d theta of sin of theta. ऐसा डेरिवेटिव अपन आत्ताच काढला, ओमेगा कॉन्स्टंट इंटू डी टी बाय dt is equal to 1, and again sin theta has a derivative. So this is the standard formula. Sin theta has derivative plus cos theta, no minus sign, cos of theta. So this is equal to dt upon dt is equal to 1. So omega into cos of, again theta is replaced by omega t. So in the same way you can show that d dt of sin of omega t is equal to omega into sin has derivative cos of omega t, like this. तर हे दोन आन्सर सेपरेटली आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केलेले ते इथे डायरेक्ट सबस्टिट्यूट करायचे. सो the d dt of cos of omega t is equal to minus omega sin of omega t, and this is plus omega cos of omega t. So this is equal to minus unit vector I into r into omega into sin of omega t plus j into r into omega into cos of omega t. So this is equation second. So this is the linear velocity v at time t second at position p. It is the velocity at time t second at position p. Equation 2 gives velocity of a particle in UCM at position p at time t. इथे असं नाही velocity. तर ह्या velocityचं डायरेक्शन अलॉंग द टँजेंट असतं, हे प्रूव्ह करता येतं आपल्याला. त्यासाठी फक्त आपल्याला व्ही डॉट आर हा डॉट प्रॉडक्ट आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचा असतो. सो दॅट पार्ट वी विल सी आफ्टरवर्ड. सो बट वी यूज दिस रूल अगेन. नाउ वी नो द वेलोसिटी given by equation 2. So position vector at time t is given by equation 1. Velocity at time t is given by equation 2. Again, in this equation, I and j are constant vector. R is the radius of the circle constant. Omega is constant because UCM. Again, t is independent variable. So as time changes, this x and y component will change of the velocity vector. Therefore, velocity vector will change. For UCM, v is constant magnitude, but direction will change. So the direction of v is along the tangent to the circle. We can prove it separately. Velocity is always along the tangent to the circle at point P. So this v is in the direction along the tangent. The radius vector is also perpendicular is also. So we will see it. We will verify it separately. Now, once we know the v, we can find the acceleration. So we know that acceleration a is given by dv by dt, rate of change of linear velocity with respect to time t. म्हणजे आपल्याला या मेथडनेच पुन्हा जावं लागेल, डिफरेंशियल कॅल्क्युलस. द लिनियर acceleration a of a particle performing UCM is obtained by differentiating equation 2 with respect to time t. This is equation like this. So acceleration A of a particle in UCM is obtained by differentiating equation 2 with respect to time t. याचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह आपल्याला घ्यायचा आहे. सो A इज इक्वल टू dv by dt is equal to d dt of this complete term. आपण पहिला रूल डायरेक्ट यूज करू. सम ऑफ द डेरिव्हेटिव्ह इज इक्वल टू derivative of the sum is equal to sum of the derivative. So derivative of the first term with respect to time t, derivative of the second term. So first term minus I r omega sin of omega t plus j r omega cos of omega t. Again I r omega r constant. So minus I unit vector independent of time t, r radius of the circle independent of time t, omega is constant because motion is UCM. So only you have to take the derivative of sin of omega t, and sin omega t the derivative आपण already काढलेला आहे. Plus now second term j unit vector along y axis. So magnitude is constant, direction is constant, radius of the circle is constant independent of time t, omega is constant because motion is UCM, and therefore only you have to take the derivative of cos of omega t. Cos of omega t. तर cos omega t चा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह आपण ऑलरेडी काढलेला आहे सेपरेटली. तर ह्या व्हॅल्यू इथे डायरेक्ट सबस्टिट्यूट करू आपण. सो ॲक्सेलरेशन A is equal to first term minus I r omega constant आणि या ब्रॅकेटच्या sin omega t च्या डेरिव्हेटिव्हचा अंतर हे ओमेगा cos of omega t plus j r omega sin omega t cos omega t. तर cos omega t चा डेरिव्हेटिव्हचा अंतर आपण इथे काढलेलं आहे मायनस ओमेगा sin of omega t. So this is equal to minus I r omega into omega square cos of omega t. This is minus, this is plus, so minus j r omega square sin of omega t, like this. So in this equation, if we take minus omega square common, actually r पण कॉमन काढता येईल आपल्याला, पण r मी ब्रॅकेट मध्ये जोड देतोय. इनसाइड द ब्रॅकेट रिमेनिंग क्वांटिटी इज r cos of omega t. Minus sign is already taken, plus j r sin of omega t. So this is the value of A. So now see the bracket. आपण r का बरं कॉमन बाहेर घेतला नाही, ओमेगा स्क्वेअर फक्त घेतला, त्याचं रिझन आता इथे लक्षात येईल. Now this bracket is nothing but equation 1. चेक करा I r cos of omega t, I r cos of omega t first term, j r sin omega t, j r sin omega t second term. So this bracket is nothing but r. So acceleration A is equal to minus omega square into position vector r. This is equation 3a. फक्त मॅग्निट्यूड पाहिजे असेल तर ॲरोची गरज नाही. ए इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा स्क्वेअर आर इक्वेशन 3b. So equation 3 gives the magnitude of acceleration vector A, and this gives the direction. Now what is about the direction? We know the rule of vector equation: same sign same direction, opposite sign opposite direction. So see in this equation, A and R, these are the two vectors. One is on LHS, other is on RHS, and sign is minus. So plus sign, minus sign. There are opposite sign on two sides. Therefore directions are also opposite. So direction of acceleration vector A is opposite. Negative sign indicate that direction of vector A is opposite to radius vector R. So radius vector R चा direction आपण दाखवलेलं आहे O2P. म्हणजे ॲक्सेलरेशनचं डायरेक्शन त्याच्या ऑपोजिट म्हणजे P2 येईल. सो ॲक्सेलरेशन वेक्टर A is from P to A, from circumference to center, towards the center. It is along the radius, therefore this is called as a radial acceleration. And it is directed towards the center, therefore it is called as the centripetal acceleration. या acceleration आपण याच्या पुढे centripetal acceleration म्हणतो. So we know this property from high school level. Any vector is directed towards the center of the circle, then it is called as a centripetal vector. Centripetal and centrifugal. There are two types of vectors in circular motion. Centripetal means towards the center, and centrifugal means away from the center. So radius vector is radially outward. Acceleration vector is radially inward. It is called as a centripetal acceleration. So the meaning of minus sign is this: negative sign of A in equation 3A indicate that direction of vector A is opposite to direction of a radius vector R. Radius vector. So R is directed radially outward, therefore A is directed along the radius, towards the center. Radius vector is away from the center, this is towards the center. Towards the vector A is directed along the radius and towards the center of the circle. So it is along the radius, therefore A is called radial acceleration. Therefore A is called a radial acceleration. Radial acceleration, and it is towards the center, therefore A is called centripetal. Centripetal acceleration. So this A has two names. It is radial acceleration, or it is also called as a tangential acceleration. It is also called as a tangential acceleration. So actually this is the kinematics of circular motion. हे पण इक्वेशन त्याच्यामध्ये यायला पाहिजे. आपल्या बोर्डच्या बुक्समध्ये हे इक्वेशन दिलेलंच नाही आहे. डायरेक्ट 11चे काही रिझल्ट दिलेले. सो दिस इज अबाउट द एक्सप्रेशन फॉर द वेलॉसिटी अँड एक्सलेशन ऑफ ए पार्टिकल इन UCM particularly. Now if the motion is non-UCM, what will be the change that we have to see separately. So we know the direction of the acceleration, it is along the radius and towards the center. आता व्हीचं डायरेक्शन अलॉंग द टॅन्जंट आहे हे आपल्याला प्रूव्ह करायचं आहे. So for that purpose, we will use the property of the dot product and vector product like this. Now for solving problem, this magnitude of the acceleration vector can be used in two different forms also. So A is equal to omega square r. This is one equation. So I will write down this equation as omega into r. So what is r omega? It is nothing but v. So this is one more relation. A is equal to v into omega into v, like this. Now v is equal to r omega. Therefore omega is equal to v upon r. Therefore omega square is equal to v square upon r square. So if we substitute this value here, then A is equal to v square upon r square into r. One r will get cancelled. So this is one form. This is another form. This is the third form. So radial acceleration, it is denoted by r. It is also denoted by AC, centripetal acceleration, and it is given by v square upon r. It is given by omega square into r. It is also given by v into omega. So these types of relation can be used for solving the problem, MCQ and numerical problem. So radial acceleration, therefore it is denoted by AR. Centripetal acceleration, therefore it is denoted by AC. Both are same. Their magnitude is given by v square upon r or omega square r and v into omega. So now up to this, in circular motion, we have considered three types of acceleration. One is this AR or AC. Second is the AT, tangential acceleration, R alpha, and the one more is the alpha, angular acceleration. So these three accelerations are like this. Radial R, centripetal acceleration equal to AR equal to AC equal to v square upon r, omega square r, v into omega. हर फॉर्मूला पर रिपीट करो. Tangential acceleration AT is equal to r into alpha. Angular acceleration alpha is equal to d omega by dt or omega minus omega 0 upon time t. So these different types of accelerations are shown by a single figure like this. So I will show that figure here. This radial or tangential acceleration is given by this. So if this is a circle, then AR is in the direction, AT is in the direction, motion is in the direction, AT, radial acceleration, tangential acceleration, and alpha is given by right hand rule. It is the axial angular acceleration, or it is also called as the axial acceleration, like this. So this is alpha, perpendicular plane of the circular motion. This is radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration. This is the tangential acceleration. So AT is given by r alpha, AR is given by the three relation, and alpha is given by rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time or final angular velocity initial angular velocity upon time taken, like this. These are the direction and these are the magnitude. So different types of acceleration in circular motion we have shown like this. Now we have to find the value of dot product of velocity vector v given by equation 2 and radius vector given by equation 1. We have to use the property of the dot product. So v dot r is equal to the value of v is given by this minus I r omega sin omega t plus j r omega cos of omega t dot I r cos of omega t, this is plus j r sin omega t. This is a dot product, not ordinary multiplication. So total there will be 4 product term on right hand side. The first term is minus, अगर I के term में लिखा minus I dot I into R square omega sin omega t cos of omega t. ये पहली term है. Second term minus I dot j R into R square into omega into sin square omega t. आता j चे दोन टर्म्स प्लस j डॉट I r into r square into omega into cos square omega t, and last term is j dot j r square omega cos omega t sin omega t cos omega t. Now last year we have seen this functional table, dot product I j k I j k. So this diagonal elements are 1 1 1 and remaining are 0 0 0 0 like this. ये फक्त I dot I की वैल्यू बनेल this, I dot j की वैल्यू 0 होईल, I dot j 0 होईल, j dot I j dot I 0 होईल दी. So both values are 0 0. So I dot I is equal to 1, j dot j is equal to 1. So these two terms will vanish. I dot I is equal to 1 minus 1 r square omega sin omega t cos of omega t minus I dot j is equal to 0, j dot I 0 and j dot j is equal to 1 times r square omega sin of omega t cos of omega t. So out of 4, the middle two term become 0. Now this is minus r square omega sin omega t cos omega t, r square omega sin. So both terms are same, but first term is negative, last term is positive. So this is minus x, this is plus x. Minus x plus x becomes 0. So what is the result that we have obtained? V dot r is equal to 0. So We know the properties of scalar product. If the dot product of the two vectors is 0, then the two vectors are perpendicular. So what is the conclusion? V dot r is equal to 0, therefore V into r into cos of theta is equal to 0, therefore theta is equal to 90 degree. Therefore V is perpendicular to r. So r is the radius vector along the radius. So V is perpendicular to radius means it is along the tangent. So V is in the direction. आता figure मध्ये आपण add करू शकतो. This is the direction of V. So this angle is 90 degree. So velocity vector V is perpendicular to radius vector r. Radius vector r, and therefore velocity vector V is along the tangent to the circle, and therefore V is called linear velocity V. It is having two names. Linear velocity V is also called tangential velocity. So why it is called as a tangential? There is some reason. Acceleration is called as a radial. Why? Because there is a reason. It is directed toward the center. Therefore, it is called as a centripetal. Therefore, it is called as a radial. So velocity is perpendicular to the radius. Therefore, it is along the tangent to the circle. Therefore, it is called as a tangential velocity. So velocity is always along the tangent. So actually, what happens in UCM? When the particle moves along the circumference of the circle, there is no change in magnitude of velocity. We can find the magnitude from this equation. For that purpose, you can do this homework. For magnitude of tangential velocity V. For magnitude of tangential velocity V, find V dot V or V is equal to under root Vx square plus Vy square is equal to question. You can use any method. By two methods we can decide the magnitude of the tangential velocity. So this is homework for you. Scalar product property इथे आपण यूज केलेलं आहे तसेच इथे पण यूज करता येईल. So we have proved that velocity is along the tangent to the circle like this. So these are the equations involved in circular motion, particularly UCM like this. So let us see the kinematics in UCM and non-UCM. So the first property in UCM, both linear speed v and angular speed omega are constant. On this side, in non-UCM, linear speed v as well as angular speed omega changes in magnitude. Changes in magnitude. स्पीड म्हटलं तर मॅग्निट्यूड म्हणण्याची गरज नाही. सेकंड, that omega is a constant. Since omega is constant, therefore d omega is equal to 0, therefore alpha is equal to d omega by dt is equal to 0. On this side, omega is not constant, therefore d omega is not equal to 0, therefore alpha is not equal to 0. Third, tangential acceleration at is equal to r alpha. So alpha is not 0, therefore alpha is equal to 0, therefore at is equal to 0. On this side, tangential acceleration at is equal to r alpha. So alpha is not 0, therefore at is not equal to 0. At is not equal to 0. Fourth, linear velocity v is always along the tangent to the circle. Simple. Linear velocity v is always along the tangent to the circle. Fifth, radial acceleration AR is equal to AC is equal to v square by r is equal to omega square r is equal to v into omega. On this side, radial acceleration is there. Radial acceleration AR is equal to centripetal acceleration AC is equal to v square upon r is equal to omega square r is equal to v into omega. A common point 4 and 5 number equal to solution. 6. Vector AR is equal to omega square vector r. Vector AR is equal to minus omega square vector r. So these are the different types of equations that we will use. Now the additional point for non-use EM, kinematics of non-use EM. Some points are extra, not existing here. Point number 7. For increasing angular speed, omega, alpha is along the direction of omega. As shown. So if this is the motion, so by right hand rule omega is in the direction, so alpha is also in the direction. For decreasing angular speed, omega, alpha has direction opposite to that of omega. So the figure is like this. The particle is performing motion like this. So if omega is in the direction, then alpha is in the direction like this. So omega and alpha are in the same direction, omega and alpha are in the opposite direction like this. One more point. If alpha is constant in magnitude and direction, and along the axis of rotation, then all vectors delta theta, omega and alpha are in same direction, given by right hand rule. So already we have drawn this figure. So this delta theta, omega and alpha are in the same direction along the axis of the rotation. So these 2 points are different for non-UCM. In UCM, alpha is equal to 0. So angular acceleration has no magnitude. Omega has some value. If it increases, then this is the case. If it decreases, then this is the case. But if it increases, decreases, then it will be the case of the non-UCM. आणि इथे 80 0 झाल्यानंतर अल्फा 0 झाल्यानंतर बाकीच्या पॉईंट येणारच नाही ते. So first 6 points are kinematical equation in UCM and non-UCM. These are extra points for non-UCM. So this is about the kinematics of UCM and non-UCM. Now next we have to see dynamics. So we know the difference between kinematics and dynamics. In kinematics we are not considering the cause of motion. Forces आपण consider केलेले नाही. In dynamics we will consider the forces existing in the circular motion. UCM as well as non-UCM. Those forces are called as the centripetal and centrifugal forces. So next we have to see these 2 forces. Okay, we will stop here.